And so the train continues. With Rob Zombie's Munsters Reboot, Screen Rant has just came out with a desperate need to try and convince the audience, or lack thereof, that there are so many cool things to look forward to in Rob Zombie's new Munsters Reboot. I can't even talk. I'm so freaking nervous. Published 23 hours ago from Zoe Jordan. Rob Zombie's Munsters Reboot, every change confirmed so far. Despite Rob Zombie's dedication to the Munsters series, the new remake of the Munsters has already changed several things from the original. So let's go in and get mad about some of the things that those are. As we do, because we are such fans. The trailer for Rob Zombie's long-awaited The Munsters Reboot recently dropped and revealed even more changes that have been made to the original CBS show. There was nervous speculation surrounding Zombie's version of the Munsters, since he is a director known for shameless gore and crude violence. Though the film's rating has been confirmed to be PG, the upcoming movie appears to be following in the original show's footsteps as closely as possible. Don't know what trailer you watched, but okay. But there are still glaring differences in the Munsters that have been confirmed by Rob Zombie and the new trailer. The Munsters ran for 2 seasons from September 1964 to May 1966 and aired 70 episodes altogether. The show's ratings dropped dramatically after ABC's Batman gained more traction. It aired around the same time as its sister show, The Addams Family. While The Munsters technically outperformed The Addams Family during its run, The Addams Family inspired a reboot in the 1990s, in an animated reboot in 2019. The Munsters is finally being rebooted by House of a Thousand Corpses director Rob Zombie, who has reportedly attempted to greenlight this project for 20 years. You know, I wonder what his version of the Munsters would have looked like 20 years ago. Would it have been akin to House of a Thousand Corpses? Would Herman Munster just be out just fucking ripping people's flesh open? Huh? Would Lily just be sucking the blood of the innocent? Huh? Would Grandpa just be, I don't know, housing decapitated things in the basement? Feeding them to his pet bat? Who knows? Who freaking knows? Since The Munsters has not been franchised in the way The Addams Family has, countless theories have circulated as to what elements could change for a modernized reboot of the iconic monstrous family. And you know what? I remember talking about that in my previous video about this. It's like, The Munsters to me is something that feels very specific to the age it was released. It was very much catered to the humor of that time, and trust me, I'm sure stranger things have happened, but I just find it to be something that it's always going to be an uphill battle for whoever tries to bring in the Munsters. I mean, look at what happened. We had Mockingbird Lane was a show that was on ABC or NBC a couple years ago. It was on for like an episode or something and then canceled right after. So, you know, even though I personally thought it was kind of okay, like it wasn't the Munsters, but I mean, it was all right for what it was. But I just always think fondly back on the Munsters movies that they did. They had their little TV movies, like the Munsters Revenge, which is one of my favorites, and I'm thinking about actually reacting to that on the channel. I might do that before Rob Zombie's Munsters comes out. I think I'm gonna have a day where I just sit back and record myself reacting to that movie. I saw it before, but I was super young, maybe like 10 or 11 or something like that. But yeah, I think that's something that I want to do, just to show the difference between what the Munsters was back then and the fact that, to prove that it still holds up to me to this day. Even though the humor is very much, of that time and it's very campy and stuff, I find myself still laughing at episodes of the Munsters, and I don't see at this point anybody really being able to properly capture it, because everybody trying to attack it now or to have like a thought about it now, they're thinking about all these new inventive ways to recreate it, and it's like, the Munsters is not like Mission Impossible. You know what I mean? The Munsters is not The Lord of the Rings. The Munsters is not Game of Thrones. The Munsters doesn't need reinvention. It doesn't need reinvigoration. The Munsters is a very simple concept. And I just think that if you're going to do it, approach it, watch everything and approach it from that point of view. Rob Zombie, from what I've seen, in my opinion, I know he feels like everything I'm saying right now is what he's doing. But from what I've seen, it's more Nickelodeon, and less Nick at Night. You know what I mean? Like, it's more Rugrats and like Ed, and Eddie, but less Are You Afraid of the Dark, less Goosebumps. You know what I'm saying? I want a more Addams Family approach. I really feel like if Rob Zombie did the Tim Burton-esque style of the Munsters and went the route of the Addams Family, because if you look back at those two Addams Family movies from the 90s, they're a bit hokey, obviously, but they know what they are. And it was funny in an inventive way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't exactly the TV show, but it was done in such a way that just made it super interesting and enjoyable to watch. Both movies for me. I love the Addams Family Values better, but that doesn't mean that I really dislike the first movie. I just like how the Addams Family Values literally knew what it was. It knew that it was a campy, heightened, movie about a monster family and a psychotic ex-wife, or psychotic wife. I mean, she was trying to kill Fester or whatever and take his money. But you get what I'm saying, is the fact that I kind of wish he would have went more of that route. But then again, right now, having said all that, the total opposite defense is literally, until it comes out, we haven't seen everything in context. You haven't seen the full movie. All we've seen is a trailer. So that's why I can't fully go hard on it, because the trailer just looked like shit. But that doesn't mean that the movie is going to have the same vibe. It's going to flow differently. Hopefully the audio will have been worked on quite a bit, because the audio sounded super weird in the trailer. So, these are things that they have time to work on and build based on what people are saying now. So I'm going to hold full judgment and only judge what I saw in the trailer so far. But anyway, back to the article. The full trailer Universal Pictures released on Twitter reveals that the film is going to be a prequel, as it shows Lily meeting Herman Munster and asking him out on a date. To establish these revitalized characters, Munsters director Rob Zombie plans to show the beginning of their romance. It is a smart idea financially and creatively, and will offer more opportunities for sequels. I was going to say sweequels. More opportunities for sequels if the film does well. I don't know about that, Bob. Just saying. However, the trailer has been poorly received. That's an understatement. Due not only to the unfinished quality of the scenes shown, but the changes made from the original series. The obvious changes in the Munsters trailer are just a few of the changes Rob Zombie has confirmed, all of which are cataloged here. Okay, here we go. Rob Zombie's Munsters Reboot will be in color and not black and white. I honestly think this is probably a mistake, because if it turns out to be that the movie still looks as unpolished as it does in its trailer format, then I can tell you with full certainty that just making it black and white would make it look better. At least make it look better, because you're taking away the flaws of the stage-esque makeup that they're wearing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they're obviously, to me, when I look at it as like it's a stage play. And when you're in a stage play, you have harsher areas of your face that they tend to put makeup on, so that way you are still able to be detailed from a distance in the audience, right? So I kind of feel like, you know, that's what they look like in color. So I'm like, if you just are able to make it black and white, hopefully they do maybe two versions, you know, like Zack Snyder did with the Justice League. He got the regular Justice League Snyder cut, and then he's got the Justice's Gray version. Looks great in both ways, but it doesn't elevate the movie at all, you know, for me at least. It just like, it looks nice, you know, it's all. It's literally just like every single frame you can take a screenshot and use it as wallpaper. That's what it looks like to me. But with the Munsters, I really think that making it black and white would at least take away from the cheap look of it. Just a tad. Where did I leave off? Oftentimes, Herman Munster was painted violet by the makeup department instead of green, because it made his contorted design pop out better on black. We just talked about this, y'all. I didn't even read ahead. I promise. I know these things. I used to do plays in school. Pop out better on black and white film. In the 2020s, practical effects and prosthetics are at their most masterful, meaning there's a typo. It says the Musters. The Musters can finally be in color like it was first intended. Come on, Screen Rant. Or come on, what's the name? Zoe? Come on, Zoe Jordan. Did you proofread this? Come on. From the looks of the Universal trailer, there could be one or more black and white sequences in Rob Zombie's The Munsters Reboot, but the majority of the film has been shot in color. The colorful lighting and makeup seen in set photos have already set a spookier and more vibrant tone for the movie. Oh, okay. I mean, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all, right? Right. We're just gonna keep going. Grandpa Munster's pet bat Igor is played by a human. I mean, I don't have a problem with that if they at least show him in bat form. Like, show him transform. That was literally the whole fucking shtick. It's that he was a bat. So I would like to see him as a bat transform into a human, and then he can be a human for the whole time, whatever. Just establish that he's a bat, damn it. That's all I care about. In the Munsters series, Grandpa owns a pet bat named Igor, who flies around the lab in his basement. They often spoke to each other, though only Grandpa could understand what the bat's squeaking noises meant. It would have been a funny gag for the movie. And also if they used a fake bat and it looked like it was on a string. Like, these are the types of things I want to see, but instead they'll swap it, you know, for some shitty CGI. It's like, if you're going to be campy and you want to be the Munsters, put a fake fucking bat and make it look ridiculous and make it funny. Get a funny actor, you know, to be able to interact and make a stupid looking bat on a string seem hilarious. Come on, go to Second City, find people. There are plenty of hilarious people that we'll probably never see in movies because, you know, we go for names, you know, instead of talent. But that's not to say anything bad about the people in this movie, even though, Sherry Moon Zombie, you need to work on a few things. Just saying. She really doesn't need to be in every movie. That's all I gotta say. She really doesn't. He was a fake bat the prop department used with a fishing line. Hello! Hello! To make him fly around the set. From Rob Zombie's 2020 reboot, the Munsters will bring Igor back, but in human form. The Bat is not to be confused with the side character cousin Igor, who couldn't be found alongside the original cast in the TV movie The Munsters Revenge. Hey, my favorite. Igor is now a man played by Sylvester McCoy. Zombie could be planning to show his origin story in this reboot. Igor may transform into a bat by the end of the film or even in a sequel. Don't hold your breath for a sequel. Listen, y'all. Now's the if you're already in deep, if you're gonna do it, go all out. Don't hold anything back for the sequel, please. Don't hold any. Just put all your eggs in one basket. Damn it. Put all your eggs in one basket, because methinks that there might only be one. I don't know if there's going to be two. Maybe one. Maybe. Just saying. Igor is now man. Okay, so Sylvester McCoy. Zombie. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I already read that. Dumb. See, you threw me off. 1313. Mockingbird Lane will look more detailed. Okay, now this I'm cool with. You can do all the more detailing designs on the house you want, because regardless of how you shoot it, it'll still look great. Rob Zombie has confirmed that 1313 Mockingbird Lane has been meticulously reconstructed to recreate the original mansion from the Munsters series. Now, this is a decision of his that I can get behind. This I support 100%. I hope the house is as much of a character in the movie as it always was in the show. Like, is Spot still in the basement? You know what I'm saying? Have the coffin with the phone open up on its own. Like, I hope that he's able to breathe a practical life. Let me say this. I hope he's able to breathe a very practical life into the house, and don't give me no cheap CGI bullshit shots. I want everything practical. The only thing that should be CGI'd are the green screen backgrounds when they're pretending to be in Paris and shit. Okay? Everything else needs to be practical. And I hope that sticks. I hope so. I am coming off of my soapbox. All right. However, but wait, did I read that? Okay. Obviously, there is a much larger budget being utilized compared to the original sitcom, which means new allowances. The Munsters 2022 trailer shows how similar the new mansion looks to the one in the show, but the worn down look, even down to the mangled shingles, is so exaggerated that the property ends up appearing different. The budget has given the prop department more room as well, since the interior of the mansion, as seen in the trailer, reveals spaces that look more lived in and filled than before. Okay. I would have worded the sentence differently, but all right. The Munsters remake will introduce new characters. We know. Also known as Rob Zombie's friends. It's all relative, dang it. It's all relative. Even when you're remaking the Munsters. Rob Zombie uses a lot of the same actors in his films, and it is no different in his Munsters reboot, despite the PG rating. Richard Brake, who has worked with Zombie recently on 3 from Hell, will be playing a character called Dr. Henry Augustus Wolfgang. Okay, assuming he's a wolf. Got it, just by looking at the picture as well. In an image released by Zombie, Wolfgang can be seen wearing a bloody apron. I mean, obviously it's not that picture, I guess, because I don't see it. Elvira is also confirmed to return in that horrible fucking sequence in the trailer. Like, I still love Elvira, though. She knows camp, damn it. but not as her macabre host persona. Instead, she will play a new character in the Munsters, a local real estate agent. Lost's Jorge Garcia will cameo to play a Hunchback of Notre Dame-inspired character, Floop. Floop. We've got Dr. Henry Augustus. We've got Floop. We've got Floop. Who asked for Floop? I'll tell you who. No one. Absolutely no one. Jesus. From the picture zombie released of experienced actress Catherine Shells. I tried to be so regal about it. From the picture zombie released of experienced actress Catherine Shells' character Zoya Krupp, all that can be assumed is that she may be a witch or sorceress. Wait a minute. I didn't see the picture. I was like, wait. I was trying to think back to the trailer, and nothing really stands out. Whatever. I haven't followed his Instagram thing. My bads. These characters do not appear in the Munsters show and prove that Zombie is taking this classic tale in several new directions. Okay, now something else I can get behind. Because this is fun. This is fun. Uncle Gilbert and Lester Dracula have bigger roles. Now this, I like. This is very, very, very cool to me. There are two characters from the original Munsters series whose roles will be upgraded in Rob Zombie's reboot. Lily's Uncle Gilbert, who is an offshoot of the creature from the Black Lagoon, is featured in only one episode from the sitcom. Very true. Don't know why it was just one. Maybe it was a rights thing, but it was literally one. Should have been more. So this is something that I'm excited about. 100%. 100%. A month before the release of the official trailer, a behind-the-scenes video dropped showing Uncle Gilbert laughing with Lily and her lover, Herman Munster. It can be assumed the aquatic monster plays a bigger role in the reboot, since his appearance in the series was remarkably brief. Lester Dracula, another excitement, is confirmed to be returning as well. He also appears in only one Munsters episode. A shame. A shame. For shame. Out of 70, only one. For shame. Hold on. Despite his misleading name, he is a Wolfman. It appears that Lester will still be a failing entrepreneur. All right, that's funny. I hope it's funny in the movie. I swear to God, I hope these moments are funny in the movie, because there are some real things that they can really harp on. My fingers are so crossed. I want to not be angry, but I think I will. You know what? You know, they always kind of say it. Go in expecting disappointment so you can be pleasantly surprised. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in ready to just be mad. And then I'll be like, oh my God, I actually kind of liked it. Who knows? I don't know. Stranger things in my life have happened. That's all I can fucking say. All right. Hold on. It appears that Lester will still be a failing entrepreneur, which loads the plot up with opportunities for financial tension, especially with a foreseeable marriage and his family's return. Family's future. I literally can't read. The design of the original Munsters characters is different. Yeah, no shit. They just look like Rob Zombie characters, damn it. I mean, I swear, if he was making like a 4 from Hell or something, you know, like you can literally pluck all of them in this form out and put them in the Lords of Salem. You literally could do that. They all look like they can be in Lords of Salem. Because they all probably were. Anyway, the design. Design. Shit, why am I stuttering? Okay, I need to get through this. The design of the Munster family themselves was a big point of contention before pictures and trailers began to drop, since there were high expectations in regards to recreating such iconic characters. Director Rob Zombie's history in violent cinema loomed over the project, but it turned out followers of the original sitcom had nothing to fear. We've got a lot to fear, still do. I don't know what you're smoking, Zoe, at Screen Rant. Probably a lot of things if you're out there out in California. Y'all got that Cali weed and things. That good shit. And we're over here in the Midwest with still some good shit, but you get my drift. Damn it. The appearances of each Munster haven't changed by much, though there are still changes made to each character. The new grandpa, played by Daniel Roebuck, has a bushy handlebar mustache, whereas the 60s counterpart was clean shaven. That doesn't matter to me. I mean, that's fine. That's a fine change. Sherry Moon looks more similarly to Lily Munster than any of the other cast due to their respective parts. No, she doesn't. I swear I want what you're smoking. I swear. Because you are trying to sip the Kool-Aid so bad. She's trying to be Zoe, he, she, they. I don't know what your pronouns are. I'm just going to assume it's Zoe's and female. Zoe's trying to sip the Kool-Aid, man. Zoe's like, hey, Rob, can I, co-produce her next project? She's trying to sip the Kool-Aid, man. Let me tell you. I'm going to try reading this again. Sherry Moon looks most similar to Lily Munster than any of the other casts do to their respective characters. That was a thought. Jeff Daniel Phillips, who stars alongside Moon in Zombies Lords of Salem. What did I say? What did I say? Has taken up the mantle of Herman Munster. He has a large forehead and is colored green. Pretty simple. But the black circles under the eyes are fiercely prominent. It is worth noting Phillips's voice is also drastically different from Fred Gwynn's Herman Munster. We all recognize that. Eddie and Marilyn. Now this is fucking annoying. And I get it, because they're trying to make it a reboot, but I really wish it would have just been maybe a quick intro with a couple scenes or something to just bring it in how they met, bring in Marilyn, involve Eddie, and then move into your story. I mean, that would have been so much more interesting to me than doing this prequel nonsense. I don't need a prequel to the Munsters. I just need the Munsters. And the Munsters includes Eddie and Marilyn. I was a child when I watched the Munsters. So who do you think I related to? Eddie Munster. Okay? The child freak that had no friends, who got made fun of. Everybody laughed at him, talked about his ears and things, and why he was able to grow facial hair at fucking 8 or something. You know what I'm saying? That's who I related to. Okay. And now he's not in the movie. So, I love Herman Munster is my other favorite character, but I want Eddie Munster. Eddie and Marilyn should be in this movie, damn it. Disappointing. This makes me a little... There has been no confirmation or even a hint from Rob Zombie which would indicate the presence of Eddie and Marilyn in the Munsters reboot. Okay, so you're telling me there's hope? Is this what you're telling me, that there's kind of hope? Eddie Munster was played by Butch Patrick and was the only son of Herman and Lily. He is a young werewolf child who appears in every episode alongside his cousin, Marilyn Munster, the beautiful niece of Lily Munster. Marilyn has been played by two separate actresses in the original show, but actress Beverly Owen left the show after 17 episodes to get married. The role was passed on to Pat Priest until the show's finale. So yeah, Pat Priest is more the one that I remember, but I do remember the original actress. I have the first, the first half, the first season. I was gonna say, is it the first two seasons? I might have the two seasons. I might have the first two seasons. I'm not sure. It might just be. I haven't watched it in a long time. It's on DVD somewhere in my closet. Sand Zombies remake will be a prequel. It seems there is little place for Eddie and Marilyn to appear unless a significant time jump is utilized. Their characters are not in the trailer, which further proves their absence. This may be wise, since the Munsters Reboot looks as if it will be crowded with new characters. Yeah. It is apparent that Rob Zombie has a vision for the Munsters. Does he? I'm sure, yes, he does. And it's a passion project of his. But is it the right vision, though? I hope it is. And it shows in his dedication to recreating the visuals, set pieces, and overall tone of the original 1960s sitcom. Two of those are true. I can understand the visuals, maybe. The set pieces, yes, definitely. Overall tone, again, gotta hold judgment until the movie actually comes out. But I can't see myself laughing at this movie yet. You know what I mean? Every time I watch the Munsters, the original shows, I'm dying because it's just so crazy. I've seen them hundreds of times, okay? It is one of those shows that you put on and you binge like 4 episodes before you go to bed. You know? Every time I watch them, I laugh. I don't know if I'm gonna be laughing as I'm watching this movie. I didn't laugh at the trailer. And, trailers are supposed to show, like, your best bits, So I don't know. Though there are changes in the reboot, ranging from big to small, it seems as if Zombie's passion for the project will overpower any downsides that come from them. Now that is a dick-riding statement if I've ever heard one. Zoe doesn't believe this. There's no way. You can't pay me enough money to believe that Zoe believes what that statement says. I don't believe that. And if you do, then you're not a fan of the show. Negative. It may even be that every change in Rob Zombie's The Munsters may work towards a spectacular remake. You know what? I'm done. I've had enough. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I gots to go. Thank you for watching another Zach Like Jack video. If you liked any of this and you liked any of that, go ahead and hit the thumbs up and the subscribies down there, and we'll have a little more fun later. Am I auditioning to be the Joker? I have no idea.